I've also been hearing people having problems verifying your Google account when they are a mobile business. And that's something we've been working with a lot of different people. And going through that process, we've had people where their Google Ads account gets suspended with different things. And obviously there's the bullet point checklist and all the things you kind of have to fill out. And if you're saying that because you're a mobile business, maybe it's because it needs an address to kind of verify you, especially too with the map pack. How does that work?
But when you set up your Google business page, you could set it up to say you don't do business at the address. But you still have to have an address to get verified. You have to have an address or they won't verify you. They may, in fact, with some of the double checks they're doing, ask you for a business license, things like that, a piece of mail that shows that you're there, that you're doing business. But you're going to have an address to be verified. That's just part of it. But you don't have to publish that address. So say if you're a business that does work on location somewhere, so you have a shop, but nobody ever comes to that shop, you would use that as your address to get verified, but you wouldn't publish that address because you don't want somebody coming to your address. And then you can specify the geographic areas that you service and the services that you provide, but you won't actually have an address. If you're a local business that actually has a shop that people come to, you obviously would want to have that address published so that people could actually even ask for directions on how to get there, all those different things that come along with an address. So to your point, Tim, if somebody's a mobile business, they still have to have an address in order to get verified. They can just select not to have that address published, but they shouldn't have any problem getting verified. They just have to verify with an address that they're a real person, but they can select to not have that address be visible to people searching.
Yeah, I want to say of all the ones that we've done, we've had a few that take 30 seconds to verify and other ones that we've taken almost a week. So it's always dependent on Google as far as kind of their restrictions or whatever they're working with as far as what they're seeing as the information. So just make sure that you're thorough going through that whole process and giving the information correctly and making sure you're double checking it, because one, it could just be a couple clicks and you're good. But other times, especially if you are renewing it and you already have Google Ads going, that can kind of be stressful to kind of figure out and understand like what's going on. And there are some pitfalls as far as communication with them. There's no direct content. You can only contact through email. So just be patient if you're having some time that you're being stuck and aren't getting verified. Otherwise, I'd say 95% of the time, it's usually pretty quick.
Well, the other thing, too, to keep in mind is the more things you've got filled out accurately, that you've taken time to fill out your products and services, things like that, the more you're going to appear to Google like a legitimate business. I think sometimes when people are having a problem verifying, they filled out the name of their company and maybe a phone number and not a whole lot else. They haven't uploaded any pictures. They haven't uploaded a logo. And Google really is intent with how much emphasis they're putting on these listings. They're really intent on making sure these are legitimate businesses that are listed. So they're asking people to jump through a couple of hoops to make sure that they're verified and that it's a legitimate business. They're not doing that to make your life difficult. They're doing that to try to make sure that the people that they're putting your location in front of are actually dealing with a legitimate, credible business. So yeah, they might ask you for something like a business license and things like that. And they're not trying to do that to be difficult. They're trying to do that to make sure when they put you in front of people that they're putting legitimate businesses in front of people.